Look, the simple fact of the matter is, I said I'd stream. Here's the stream. Hello. Ah! Hi. What did I lose? A little bit of sanity, one would say. And awakeness in my awake bar. Hi, Tifu. I've been smoking more. And I'm very quickly seeing the effects of which.
A Kerbazaz became cultured.
Damn, let's go. Kirby's house for the, I don't know how many month resub. It won't tell me. I guess because you might have missed a headline or something. I don't know. It really should either way update it regardless. Anyway, thank you. Guess what soon? I forgot. I'm going to generally put the inventor of 3-stacked unskippable ads through the Green Bay butter churn. I'll break core money soon? Oh no. I'm genuinely scared. I'm gonna get rained on again. 15 months. Oh my god. Hi, Corbinator 2000. Welcome. No, but 15 months is fucking absurd. Mini meters. Okay, fuck, I'm streaming now. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really mentally prepare myself at all. I just kind of like checked out up until the moment I realized, oh, it's 12:30. You know, maybe I should stream now. And then I hadn't eaten yet, so I had to eat. And that whole process apparently took an hour of heating up the food, waiting for the food to cool down to be edible temperature and not like too hot, and then actually eating it and finding videos to watch, and then eating the food, and then throwing the plate away. And then normally I like make tea. I didn't. It's a whole thing. And also the way I don't know, life has been lifing for the past few days specifically. I feel like I just streamed like not that long ago. Like it was literally like 2 minutes ago that I stopped the last stream, and I'm already back. I'm like, oh god, I gotta do this again. And I didn't speak all day. I still feel ill, but I'm pretty sure that's just because I smoke too much. Also, I made a new discovery. A bit ago, a couple of guys came in to my house to like do an inspection or whatever of the smoke alarms. Hello, good morning, Amelia. Also, sourdough with cheese does sound pretty good. They did an inspection for the smoke alarms, and then they noticed that like I was sleeping in the living room, and they're like, "Oh, this is a living space," and I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Okay, cool. Well, we have to install a smoke alarm here." So they installed the smoke alarm like directly above. It's not in the vicinity of my room. It's directly outside the curtain, so to speak. But there's a smoke alarm there now. And I made the terrifying discovery that if I smoke my cart too much and the curtain's open, that the smoke alarm gets tripped. So that's cool. I ate fish sticks with improvised tartar sauce while playing Persona 5 Royale. It was an experience. Definitely sounds like an experience. That is very scary. It like for me, it wasn't. It's scary because dad, you know, like being in the house, he was sleeping at the time, and I was just like, well, he's asleep. He's not gonna hear me rip the cart, but he can hear the smoke alarm, and that's not cool. What the fuck did I just? um. So yeah, that's fun, and also at 2 a.m. when it's like stream hours and I'm done stream and I'm like, all right, let me chillax. I'd fuck around and wake up all my neighbors. Like, kind of stupid, but now I know. It's annoying. I was watching like a Feinberg video and I had both of my headphones in, and because they're IEMs, like I don't know, sound outside of them sometimes sounds like they're a part. Like they could be like a part of the actual thing that I'm watching. It's so I don't know. It's so weird to explain, but they also sound like they're outside of my ears. He sounds like a geekier version of Dream. Like he's not trying to sound professional. Like he just sounds like a fucking nerd, which makes him more trustworthy to me. He looks kind of like a Melee player. Or Melee player looks like him more now, Cody Schwab. But that's a deep cut for this audience. But I was watching like some Feinberg shit. But and then I'm just like I'm ripping the cart, and then out of nowhere I hear the smoke alarm go off, and I'm like, that's crazy. Smoke alarm went off on his run, and he just didn't move. And then I take off one earphone, and then I'm still hearing it, and I'm like, oh, uh-oh, that's no good. But there wasn't really any smoke, like, visibly at all, Like, it wasn't like I was hotboxing my room, and then, like, I got the smoke alarm to trip, like, it took, like, a candle's amount. What I didn't try was lighting incense, or maybe I did. I remember, like, lighting incense, both in the living room and in my room, and it not being a problem. So, like, I don't know how cart smoke is enough to do it, but whatever. Why would a smoke alarm need to detect vapor? That's literally just a don't vape in my house alarm, not even a smoke alarm. Like that makes sense for like a business, but like why do you need it in a house? It's your house. You know? People smoke cigs in their house. The fuck? Like why are you policing me? Whatever. So I have this track. My dad destroyed our smoke alarm. That's so hype. So I have this track and I'm not done, but I don't know why. Or I know why, but I don't know how to not be not done. So like I have Jesus Christ. At the ending of this like future bass drop, there needs to be a connection from this to the guitar section, and there is no connection. It's just kind of this stops and this starts. And then in this part, I managed to add atmosphere, but it wasn't like, it's not complete, the atmosphere that I added. But it's a step in the right direction. But there's like this piano that plays as well, and it also just kind of starts. I don't know if I want it to fade in some way or have some more swell to the next part that comes after. But the next part that comes after, I think it sounds good. I do remember making some mixing tweaks per Kev's recommendations, because I don't know, he has an ear for the genre. But no, yeah, we're gonna chip at it a bit more. Not too much more. We're gonna chip at it in the time allotted. And the time allotted is like a little over an hour, I think, is how long I'm gonna be streaming for. Because I started so late. And that's entirely my fault. Of course, it's entirely my fault. But also, I want sleep, so I don't know. But I hope everyone enjoys and can appreciate the magic. Chip at D's. Lol. No, I just got kind of stun locked by that. Also, Tifu, I'm gonna keep it 100 for you. Since I started being employed, these streams are dead now. Like, oh, for fuck's sake. No, don't
At T-Fwam
get the
writes
bot
super
to say
chatted
that dumbass shit.
$2.73. Chip at D's.
Chip at these. You got the bot to say that stupid ass shit. So whack. But yeah, ain't nobody pop in here. I wonder why. It's definitely not explained by the fact that school is starting back up and I stream at like an hour and ridiculous o'clock. But you know, just gonna email, hi, Mia Tifu, thanks for your purchase. Or is it Maya? Fuck, I forgot. I'm actually a horrible person for that. Well, whatever. Fake friend. I am. These are sane people hours. Yeah. I've played this game called that's like a fucking Gen Alpha D's nut setup. Would it be the least active motherfucker as soon as September hits? Try your best. Because like I'm gonna shoot myself and I like any season but the summer is basically the winter on Discord and like for small Discord servers, except for literally winter, like winter break. But you know, it's a tough time and it's a real test. And it's hard for me too because I'm now employed, right? So I gotta like figure out I got my life together, honestly. I'm hanging by a thread here. But I've done it before, so I can do it again. I'll be active on Discord, but school will force my sleep schedule to be sane again. Ha, sane. I get it. No, but that, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you don't really have to be active on stream, but like, I think Discord's more important, if anything, just because, you know, that's, I think, there's more consistency there. Right. Song time. This fucking shit again. Very nice. The layer of plucky bass is the sub with the M1 sound. I have a lot of layers going on there. There's like there's like not a whole lot of room to do anything else. I mean, I can try at some point. I'll like write it down. I'll write it down like right now here. Like watch this. Layer plucky bass. Tifu. I'm late as hell because I was doing something this whole while watching this, but that smoke alarm thing is so funny, bro. Like, I could have a freshly eaten booty breath and the smoke alarm gonna start going off. No, yeah. I don't know. But, it's pretty annoying. I just want to smoke in peace. I feel like I have less to say. This is why I don't smoke. It just makes me a worse streamer. I'm less clever with my words. I'm a lot slower. I'm less chippy. I like when the CPU chugs and I get edged with the drums. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing how you transition into this eventually. I'm interested in seeing how I do it too, because I have no fucking idea how I'm gonna go about doing that. When I started growing my hair. I still don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just not gonna try. I'm just gonna refuse to read it out loud. And just not have to deal with that. No, but there's like a good amount of layers happening for this whole section. Well, I mean, like, there's specifically this part. I specifically have just sub and the bonk so you can hear it when the vocals start playing. But for like, for everything else, it's kind of just there's a lot of pluckage happening. Yeah, so like, besides this part, the part in which I wanted to highlight the bonk, there's always like 4 things happening at once or 5 things happening at once. Like, you know, so there's a lot of room taken up by a lot of shit. You know, so I feel like I wouldn't change too much. I think the side scene isn't deep enough for this section because Chaos is like so woke with that. Yeah, I could make it stylistically deeper for this section, but I like where it's at personally. For what I'm trying to do with it. What? Plus the like... It's a lot better to keep your message in one brick. Bass goes up and down octaves, which is making it clash with the kick, but that's stylistic. It's the thing that when the kick isn't playing. But yeah. I gotta figure out a transition for this shit. Because it just kind of starts. And that's a problem. Is it bad that I like forgot how to speak? As in like forgot how to voice, kind of? Real shit. This is a real thing that happens. Just noticed my arm is bleeding. Awesome. How to do this? I only now notice because I stretched and the dried blood broke. I see. Did you fall? What happened? Alright. Shaving, I think. Yeah, that's a usual culprit. I just did that over and over. I just did that over and over. I just if I thought that would work, I would have done it already. The problem is I think doing specifically that again here won't work. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure doing specifically that here won't work. Which is kind of fucked up. Also, like the stream! By the way, if you haven't. Add a Fortnite sound effect. Botrek's broke for some reason. Or maybe my computer broke. It's hard to tell. Like the stream or else you're plagued with ingrowns next time you shave. Yeah, real shit. It's 1 billion degrees. I'm so wet. Fembread, do something. No. God, NYC Mayor, help me, bruh. Gangling to the sound of bangering. I wasn't gonna read it in the sound of bangering, though. I didn't want to give it to you. I'm just gonna try some bullshit. It's probably not gonna work. Also, I think Botrex is down. Like, I genuinely think it's down. I don't want to run a speed test in case it, like... What do you mean, yeah, it is? How do you know? It looks like it, at least. Well, yeah, duh. But, like, I mean, like, I tried refreshing the widget on my end. And it just did not do that. It's kind of weird. What if YouTube chat is not real and your mind is making everything up? Very, very plausible with the amount of naps I've taken. I think Botrix as a whole is not down. I mean, not up. I tried going to their homepage and it didn't fucking let me. The hell that works? Whatever. I will sometimes have a problem where I take a nap in the middle of the day and then I have a lucid dream that seems really realistic. And the day that I have in the dream is pretty unfavorable to the day. I don't know. It's just like it goes horribly. Something horrible happens that like changes the course of my life forever in some various way. And then I wake up from the floor on a cold sweat, wondering if this too is a dream or not. Do a tempo automation every bar going from 170 to 10 for a real unique Skrillex type sound. Yeah. Let's do this fucking shit. No, I can't count. Why is my shit about to crash? What'd I do? But then we would like delay that note or something, and then we just like drown it in reverb. And then we have like some I don't know. I'll see if this even works. Well, no, let me drown it in reverb first. Or maybe here's my idea actually. Maybe what we do instead is I had a dream I was in a zombie apocalypse, except Batman and Robin were also zombies, and Spider-Man and also my girlfriend was cheating on me. Nice. I like that one Asian dude that dances to that song. What are you talking about? What did I? Oh my fucking god. I thought I was naming something. Hello? Can I drag the thing? Drown. What if I instead do something like this? Fembread dementia arc. I just gotta stop smoking weed is what I gotta stop doing. Like, that's just my current issue at the moment. And then I gotta make that more. And then, fucking louder. How can I make that more louder? Is there a way I can make that more louder? Okay, well, it distorted it, but it didn't make it any more louder. This 85-year-old producer still makes dariacore the old-fashioned way. Did I say 85 or 95? I can't remember. Have you thought about the louder knob? I thought about it, but it wasn't appealing to me. I don't know, something about it. Inputs. No, that's, yeah. What's... Gonna leave the dry completely normal with nothing, and then you like the louder knob or the quieter knob better? You know, I find myself reaching for the louder knob more, despite conventional wisdom stating otherwise. For some reason. I don't know what they're thinking. The quieter ones are often more impressive, like knob-wise. I think you're smoking crack. You know? I found might as well not even like legato it then. Well, you switch to Ableton for $10. No. I switched to Ableton for a month for 10,000. I switched to Ableton forever for 10,000. 10,000? I made the switch that felt like cheating on a partner with someone who's much better. Cheating on a partner with someone who's everything you've been looking for. Why is the snare like? Yeah. No, I hate that. I hate that actually. Is the guitar part all done? Probably. I don't know. I really don't know what the song. There's stuff that I want to mix from earlier that I haven't touched yet. It's like how poly people all look the same. Do I look poly? No, you don't, because you're not. Literally, what do you mean? I don't think FL has the sound Ableton does. That's really funny to say. Amazing. You're prejudiced against Ableton. Could have fooled me. Seems like you're sucking Ableton off. Where is that, like... Right. it's in this. That's why I always separate shit. I'm gonna put it at 7:18. I'm too wine. That's why I choose to interpret that sentence. That makes more sense to me for my headcanon of you. Oh, is there like a... There is. Oh, I might do like a fade in of this ambience over time. I clicked on a pattern clip that has a sound in it. Why would I possibly want to fucking go to the automation clip that has the, like, bro. So I'm gonna play the super loud version in this section of the song. And then I'm going to take this automation clip, make it unique so that it's unique. Freaking Christ. And then I can use it to like fade it in over the course of the whole shebang. I might only get to this far though, because I made it like really loud. You hear what I mean? That's really fucking loud. It gets really fucking loud. So let me like turn it down. And how loud does it get during its peak? Just like do that. Actually, let me fucking 0.80 copy that and then paste it. Right. Pretty cool. Hi, Jordan. It has been a while, and I am working on whatever this is. Oh, let's go. Botrix is back up. Is it, like, working on stream now? It is. It is. Awesome. Let's go. Then do I just... Is it just outro time after this? think it would be outro time after that, yeah. I want to do something ambient, kind of. But I feel like we're stretching it at that point. Is that basically the whole thing? Because I might just do an outro then, like as in just like hard cut the volume and then include some skit from whatever episode of Lemonade Mouth this would be borrowing from. Yeah, huh? Jesus Christ. I'm sure I'll listen to it off camera and I'll be like, this sucks. I gotta change this, that, and that. But as it stands right now, God damn it, I think we're done. I think this song is fucking finished. Isn't that crazy? Now, I kind of want to listen to it in all its glory, like, in the tuning that I intended for it to be. Because, although I normally don't, I say normally, I only have one song uploaded to Lemonade Mouth. But Lemonade Mouth, I wasn't going to change anything to be microtonal like I did on the two other alts that I have. But I did want to change the BPM of this song to be slower. It would still be within 12 tone. It would just be slower. And I think it was 172 that I picked. Let's render this out so that like when we listen to it, it's just the whole thing, no lag. You know, it would be in my secret directory. Still not mine. Sour. Terminate, but I'm still not done yet. Because I'm still not done yet. And then we can sit here, chat, you and I, and have a wonderful conversation about the journey that we had getting to this point. Though I'm not putting a bow on it quite yet. It's like the build of the game that CyberLeak has, you know, before it was meant to go out. Like, there might have been some things different, you know, but it's basically it. This is that point. I was in high school when we started this FLP, and now I'm driving my daughter to her first day of school. I'm gonna... You know what? Life comes at you fast, doesn't it, right? Like, when I started this FLP, I was a bum damn near on the streets. Now I am a manager of a very successful fast food chain. They're putting gay sex in GTA 6. About time. They were gonna put some form of it in Bully, but, you know, they got talked out of it. You know, if there's a point in time where Rockstar should add gay sex, it's now. When it's the most taboo and the most, like, actually offensive again, and not just, like, virtue signaling. People will obviously call it virtue signaling, but that's just, like, the expected blowback, you know? T14 in GTA 7 should have been in GTA 6, honestly. You know, in a different world, that would have been a thing. But we're not in that world. We're instead in a world where gay sex is risque. Cruel, if you ask me. Quite cruel indeed. Now every time I take a puff of my nicotine, I get a little on edge about the fucking smoke alarm. It would have been if 2020 woke evolved. It would have been if it went somewhere, you know? I think the stagnation of the country after Trump's first term is what got people angry. In combination with all the virtue signaling. You know? It was to a lot of people it was very cringe, and also nothing was getting done. So it was kind of inevitable, honestly. Now, had we elected someone like Bernie, that's a different story. 2020 woke probably would have evolved. You know, but unfortunately, we're here. And GTA 6 looks like a more in-depth Watch Dogs sort of game, but without the hacking. Like, there's more interaction on a lot of things, like, as opposed to just, like, hitting the open car button. It's like you can do it in different kinds of ways, and you know, you have more freedom and more choice, and it's the kind of thing that they're like bullet points that you would list off if you were announcing the game at like an E3 or something. You know, like those kinds of features are in the game. And I'm sure they would have been I'm sure players would have found them to be a little more novel had they been announced the way Rockstar intended. I personally think it's kind of lame. Strays away from GTA the brand and how it feels to play a GTA game. But and I think there's a lot of things in the game that are like that kind of change what it means to play a GTA game. In terms of like how you interact with it, just like from not just like what you're able to do, but like how you're able to do things. Changing all of that, I don't know. I think it's odd. I'm not buying the game, that's for surely. Maybe some like at some point, a few years down the line, someone gifts it to me, or I don't know. I find some way to acquire it. I don't know. I feel like Take-Two, their legal team, they would really be in your case about acquiring their stuff. Like, I'd fear Take-Two more than Nintendo, if anything. I don't know. There's probably neck and neck, the legal battle, if we're being honest. Look at how close the number is, how close the bar is to completion. Isn't that interesting? When you're asking a question isn't that interesting to fill space, you're fucked. You're fucked. You're absolutely, like, just throw in the towel. There's nothing more you can possibly do. How did Jane get away with using that many Pokemon sound effects? Because no one fucking told Nintendo about Jane Remover. You know, they're not tapped in. which I think is a good thing for now. But eventually they will be tapped in. You know, if you want world takeover, that means you attract the attention of a lot of lawyers if you're making a lot of money. But it's like, how did the U.S. Twitter page get away with using that many like Nintendo games as their way of graphic design? You know, as their prompt fucking backdrop. Nothing happened to them. I think they did something. Oh my god! I think. To be fair, there's a lot of Darius songs still up on Spotify. You're right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, those are the lesser known ones. A lot of I mean, there might be other uploads, like re-uploads of the original dariacore stuff, but I know that, like, Jesus Christ, stuff. My tongue works, I promise. But the stuff that I was listening to got taken down. The uploads, the specific uploads that I had in my playlist. I was doing terminate, but I'm still not done yet with this amount of teas. And I'm only going to be playing this track. I'm only going to have this enabled. Do I have to disable all these one by one? I do. Well, no, nothing's going to get enabled because nothing is, like, happening. Right, yeah. Okay. Can you tell I haven't been practicing speaking lately? I can. So I'm going to be this far zoomed in. Be around here. Alright, well, let's see what we got so far. Or let's hear what we got so far. With no fucking lag this time. Isn't that exciting? And yeah, that's the music. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be it. When I release it, that it'll sound like that, but slower. Some things will be changed in the mix, and then it'll have like an outro skit on it. And that was the short stream of Tuesday. Sorry that I started so late, but if you're here, you're a real one. And I might stream tomorrow, but I can't promise anything. If anything, it's not very likely, but I'll see. Nonetheless, thank you for sticking around. And there's always somebody who manages to join the millisecond I decide to end stream. It happens all the time. The VOD's pretty short. You can skim through to see what I did. It's not much. I added a piano, and that's it. The streams before this are a lot more interesting, but join the Discord server to catch more of these streams. It's in the description. You can verify, give yourself a role for pings and such, and I'm going to go to bed now. All right, good night.